Now, let's head out to Conrad Lumber for a few quick tips on navigating the lumberyard, which can be harder than you think. Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how to navigate a lumberyard. It can be so overwhelming for someone who's never been in one before. So let's go talk to the experts and I'll show you how to do it so your project turns out right. Thanks, Casey, for having us down here, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wanted to help people out navigating a lumberyard. You know, it's so tough out there where people have never been in the first time. It's so intimidating. What do you guys see as far as issues coming in where people just aren't prepared or trying to get the right materials?
Yeah, I kind of have an idea of what you're going to be after, right?
Yeah.
Like if you want to come in and build a deck, you know, maybe think about, oh, I want it to be an 8x20 or a 10x30, you know, kind of have some of the basics in mind. Kind of what you're thinking about using, size, scope of the project, that type of thing.
Yeah, there's so many cool deck planners and stuff out there now. I mean, like the Simpson one, for instance, I was on there designing out stuff for my house, and I'm like, wow, that is a solid deck planner that's free.
Yeah, there's a lot of tools out there. I mean, I think Fiberon's got one, TimberTech's got their own, Simpson's got their own. So yeah, if you do a little bit of research, go online, there's some really good tools out there that can help you before you know, come to kind of crunch some numbers and see where the budget's going to be.
Well, most importantly, they can get you a list that you can print off after you've designed it, right?
And then it's super easy from there, right? Then we just plug in the numbers and you know right where it's going to be.
Exactly, and that seems to be that planning's the first part.
Yes, absolutely.
So with you guys as well, I mean, you guys have a bunch of different composites as well, not only just the lumber, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, Trex, TimberTech, Fiberon, Decorators. There's a lot of good manufacturers out there these days. So
used to be one or two, and now there's a new one around the corner every week.
Yeah, pretty much. But we tend to push towards kind of the ones that are tried and true, right? There's, you know, like a lot of options out there, but we like to really kind of push the ones that we're comfortable and we know are backed by a solid warranty. And if there's, you know, issue or questions in the field, that we've got the representation taken care of. So
absolutely. So if somebody's coming down here and they're going to order stuff, how much time should they allow from the day, you know, the time that they come in and place an order, for instance, and get a delivery? Because a lot of people have a hard time getting stuff home.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially like with composite decking. I mean, it's really tough to haul a 20-footer in the back of your car, right? It's not like throwing a 2x4 stud back there.
Not good for the Honda Passport.
You know, typically 2 or 3 days is sufficient.
Okay.
We are very spoiled in this market with distribution. So, you know, if we place an order, we'll typically see it in a day or two if it's something we don't have on the shelf. So we tell people, you know, give us a few days.
Yeah.
And we can have it on the job site ready to go.
And it's so much easier doing that than being that guy that's dropping stuff on the freeway that trying to put something they shouldn't be hauling it in.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Any other tips you got for people out there? I mean, lumber prices are all over the place right now, right?
Yeah, it's been pretty up and down. The market's been crazy the last few years. But really, you know, just like I said, kind of figure out what you're after, then we'll kind of, you know, dial you in from there as far as budget. And, you know, you might know you want a composite deck, but it could be $2 a foot to 3 or 4 or 6, you know. So kind of just figuring out, you know, what you're after, and then we can kind of dial in a budget, you know, dial it from there. Yeah,
if you come in and say, hey, I got a $10,000 to spend on this size of deck, at least you guys can get the right product, kind of helped with that.
Absolutely.
And that's one of the things too I like to do is lean on you guys a lot, because you can jump on the internet and see all these cool pictures, but until you put a sample in your hand and take it home and look at it, it's pretty tough to navigate.
Absolutely. Take it outside, actually look at it, you know, under the sunlight and not some fluorescent lights, right?
Exactly.
You know, we tell people, kick your shoes off, you know, put your foot on it, right?
Yeah.
Get an idea. So
yeah, if someone's looking at like a wood cedar deck, for instance, versus a composite, how are those working out price-wise with lumber prices these days?
You know, cedar the prices continue to go up because it's so scarce, right? And so you can typically find, I mean, it used to be, I can't afford composite, you know, let's look at cedar. Now, I mean, we've got composite deck boards that are cheaper than, you know, 2x6 cedar decking. So it's kind of in that middle of the road, I would say.
Yeah. Well, and that's great, because by the time you buy the cedar, by the time you buy the finish and you do all the things you have to do it, if you can do a composite less money, that's not a bad place to be.
Absolutely.